So question 9 says, form a polynomial function with the coefficients having the given degree in zeros. So we do see it's a degree 3, so we do see the 3 zeros here are 5, I, and negative I, so we don't have to go search for those. So remember, if one of the zeros is 5, that means x equals 5. We also have x equals I, and we have x equals negative I. Now remember, to make those back to factors, we have to set them to 0, so x minus 5 is equal to 0, x minus I is equal to 0, and x plus I would equal 0. So remember, to put them back as factors, we have to put them in the form of x minus r. So remember, with x minus r is always going to switch the sign of what you see in 0. So if we see 0 as a 5, then it comes in as x minus 5. If we see an I, it's got to be x minus I. And if it's negative I, it's got to be x plus I for those factors. So then now we do have our 3 factors. To create the polynomial, we have to multiply these all together. So we have this x minus 5, we got to multiply x minus I, and we got to multiply x plus I. The x minus I and the x plus I, since those are conjugates, it's a good idea to put those together to start with. And since they're conjugates, all you really got to do is multiply the first terms and the last terms together. Oops, last terms. Try that again. Because the outer and inner terms are just going to zero out. So difference of squares, all you're doing is squaring the first term, squaring the last term, and putting the subtraction sign between them. So anyway, x times x is going to be x squared. A negative I times a positive I is going to be a negative I squared. But remember, I squared is equal to negative 1 by definition. So this is going to change to negative 1, and the opposite of a negative 1 is going to be a positive 1. So really, we need to go ahead and just change this to x plus 1, x squared plus 1. So that's why we do math in pencil sometimes, so we can erase and just rewrite. So this x minus 5 is going to come down next to it. And since, again, we have a binomial times a binomial, FOIL will work just fine. X times x squared is x cubed. X times 1 is plus 1x. Negative 5 times x squared would be negative 5x squared. And negative 5 times a positive 1 is a negative 5. So if we put these in the correct order, we should have x cubed minus 5x squared plus x minus 5 as our polynomial. So what I'm picking up on is, it looks like B matches that. They all kind of run together. But x cubed minus 5x squared plus x minus 5, that does match out. So B would be the answer to that question.